evening, Rotorua. Ahead in tonight's news. World famous pink and white terraces on display again in our city. And the Metro places in the regional barrister competition. And over 10,000 competitors and supporters in town for the Rotorua Marathon. Those stories and more up next on City News. 125 years after the destruction in the 1886 eruption of Mount Tarawera, part of Rotorua's world-famous pink and white terraces are to be seen again in the city. But the pink terraces are not the original formation recently rediscovered by scientists at the bottom of Lake Rotomahana. This time, the location of the pink terraces is the Rotorua International Stadium, venue for the region's 3 Rugby World Cup matches later this year. The stadium's concrete seating terraces opposite the main grandstand have been transformed by acclaimed local artist Mike Spikerbotch into a 21st century version of the historic pink terraces, a visual replica of what it was in Victorian times, considered the 8th wonder of the natural world. Events and Venues Rotorua Operations Manager Crispian Stewart says the stadium's original concrete terraces were already scheduled for a major maintenance overhaul, including water blasting and repainting, when it was decided to do something creative and memorable ahead of the venue's 3 Rugby World Cup matches. Mr Stewart says that iwi have been consulted as part of the planning work to ensure cultural matters were appropriately addressed. It is also anticipated that our version of the pink terraces will intrigue visitors to the stadium and attract the interest of media visiting Rotorua. Rotorua residents have just a few days to give the Rotorua District Council feedback on its draft annual plan and related proposals for the next financial year. Next Tuesday at 4 p.m. is the deadline for receipt of submissions at the Council. The draft annual plan sets out the Council's program of services and projects for the next year, along with budgets and funding sources. Mayor Kevin Winters says the plan proposes an average rates increase of 3.1%, which he says will be one of the lowest in the country. Copies of the submission form and a summary of the draft annual plan can be collected from the Council's Civic Centre, District Library and City Focus. The documents in full are available on the Council's website, and electronic submissions can also be made online from the site. The regional barrister competition was held yesterday at the Convention Centre. 12 competitors from Rotorua and Taupo took part in the competition, which judged them on technical ability, sensory excellence and presentation. The Metro's Cafe's Cherie Karaitiana was excited to be taking part.
Hey, this is fun. I think we're going to do a good job. Hopefully put the Metro back on the map. It should be good, definitely.
And what are you making today?
Cappuccinos, lattes and espressos, and then I've got a signature coffee which I'm hoping might be on our menu soon. It's the Metro Mocha.
And congratulations to the Metro and Cherise Karaitiana, who took out 3rd place in the competition. The overall winner was Body Fuel from Taupo. Yesterday was a special one for police, corrections and customs dog handlers, with the graduation of 8 new narcotics and explosive dogs from the Police Dogs Training Centre at Trentham. Among them, Senior Constable Philip Taylor of Rotorua and his dog Murphy. Senior Constable Taylor and Murphy graduated alongside Senior Constable Bruce Lamb of Christchurch and his new dog Milo. Senior Constable Lamb's previous dog, Gage, was killed when the pair was shot last year while attending a call-out in Phillipstown. Inspector Brendan Gibson, National Coordinator of Police Dogs, says all 8 handlers and their dogs demonstrated a huge amount of commitment to pass the 9-week course and will be welcome additions to the operation teams around the country. In sport tonight, runners and walkers from throughout New Zealand and overseas are here for tomorrow's Rotorua Marathon. The iconic race is in its 47th year. Race director Murray Fleming says over 10,000 competitors and supporters will be in Rotorua for the event.
Yeah, we start just outside the event centre. We've got 3 events start here. We've got the 5K fun run, we've got the quarter marathon. Both of those events run through Sulphur Flats and back onto the marathon course. The marathon starts here at 8:30 for the walkers or 10 o'clock for the runners. And then we've also got a half marathon A new innovation this year, starting out at Marama Resort, halfway around the lake. They're also starting at 10 o'clock. All events actually finish inside the stadium, the magnificent facility we've got here in Rotorua. And the first competitors home should be around about 10:30. First half marathon competitors will be here just after 11 o'clock, and the first of our marathon competitors expected at 12:20. This year we've got 2 internationals doing wheelchair for the half marathon. They're looking at sub 50 minutes, which is world class, so we're really excited to see how quick those guys can go. And then we've got the winners from last year coming back as well to defend their titles, and we've got people from 12 different countries as well, so a real international flavour in the Rotorua Marathon this year.
To your weather now, Rotorua and the surrounding areas. Tonight, fine, gusty southeasterlies gradually easing, overnight a low of 5. Tomorrow, marathon day, fine easterlies, a high of 17 and low of 8. Outlook for Sunday, fine gusty southeasterlies, a high of 17 and a low of 11. Marine forecast for Lake Rotorua for Saturday, southeast 15 knots, waves less than half a metre and fine. If you've missed any of tonight's bulletin, you can watch it again by going to tvrotorua.co.nz and click on the View Latest City News link. Or to view what's on in our city, click on the Upcoming Events link. Coming up after the break, we talk with Green Party co-leader Russell Norman. Amanda has what's on in Rotorua over the next week, and Jessica Mead tells us about the upcoming Careers Expo.